The show Bluey never fails to entertain and touch us with each episode. But have you ever noticed that even though the little blue dog is the protagonist of the series, Bingo might actually be the favorite daughter of the Healer family? The theory suggests that throughout the many adventures fans watch, the script subtly hints at Bandit and Chili having a preference for their younger pup. There are several moments where this can be seen, but I think the most obvious one is in the episode Mini Bluey, when the two adult dogs outright say they'd love to have two Bingo daughters. In Season 3, during the Mini Bluey episode, what should have been just another playful moment between the Healer sisters turns into something more when they decide to dress up as each other, with Bluey even painting her body to look like Bingo. The pup's parents get excited about the idea, but only when Bluey dresses as Bingo. When Bluey starts feeling upset, Bandit whispers to Chili that everything was fine when there were two Bingos, and Chili agrees. The episode becomes even more uncomfortable when neither of them apologizes to Bluey. In other words, they outright stated they had a favorite, and even when it hurt their daughter, they didn't say sorry. Shame on you, Healer parents! Guys, today's video is awesome and packed with fun theories for us to dive into. You already know what to do. Grab your popcorn, call over your favorite pet, and join us as we analyze the theory that Bingo is the favorite daughter of the Healer family. Another Cinewave is starting now! A strong theory like this needs to be based on more than one source, preferably content that has existed since the animated series premiered. It's clear that the Healers are great parents, but how is that possible? I can already tell you that no one is born knowing how to raise a child, and that's the starting point of this theory. Have you heard about Bluey's deceased sibling? The one who would have been Bandit and Chili's first pup but sadly passed away during pregnancy. Going through an experience like that causes significant mental health damage to anyone, and as we know, the little blue dog is the daughter born shortly after this tragic time in the Healers' lives. Would it be an exaggeration to imagine that Chili's second pregnancy was full of fear and uncertainty? If you ask any mother, she'll tell you that a pregnant woman's feelings can affect her pup even while it's still in the womb. And Chili, without meaning to, might have passed a storm of negative emotions onto Bluey, leaving her with some unresolved feelings towards her parents. An episode that helps us understand this better is from the first season titled Kids. In this story, Bandit takes the girls to the supermarket, and the first thing Bluey asks him is who his favorite daughter is. The simple fact that she asks this question is already a red flag, but once they enter the store, Bluey comes up with a game where she is the mom, Bingo is the younger daughter, and Bandit plays the role of the eldest son. In the dynamic of the game, Bluey is a mom who does everything Bingo wants while treating Bandit differently. At one point, she even tells her son that her younger sister is her favorite. In other words, Bluey's way of playing reflects how she views being a mother. To translate, for her, being a mom means treating your children differently, one very well and the other not so much. In the deeply emotional episode The Rain, we witness Bluey's playful moments alongside her mom. The episode has very few spoken lines, leaving it entirely open to interpretation. As we know, in the end, two rainbows appear in the sky, symbolizing that both Healer pups are rainbow babies. For those who aren't familiar, this term refers to a child born after the loss of another. It's a truly beautiful conclusion to the episode, but throughout the story, we see Chili trying to stop Bluey from going inside the house. Since the episode is open to interpretation, and the ending reveals that the whole story was about having a child after a loss, we could conclude that Chili might not have been emotionally ready to have a pup when she became pregnant with Bluey. In other words, Mrs. Healer may not have fully wanted our protagonist at the time of her pregnancy. One detail that many fans overlook is the fact that Bandit and Chili's second pup is named Bingo. In many parts of the world, the word bingo means victory. It's a way of saying that something was done well or is just right. Doesn't it seem odd to you that this character's name is such a grand tribute or even a show of pride? Meanwhile, our little blue dog is just named after a color, albeit in a stylized way. And you, if you were a dog, what would your name be? Comment with #dog so we can get to know you. We've already talked about the Mini Bluey episode, but at the start of this story, there's a scene that many fans overlook. When Bluey is making a mess at the breakfast table, Bandit actually asks her to be quiet like Bingo, while Chili tells her eldest that she needs to be more organized like Bingo. Right when her mom says this, Bluey makes a heart-wrenching expression of insecurity as she looks at her younger sister. It's tough to watch. Seems like the little blue dog can sense her parents' preference. Sure, Bingo is definitely the more well-behaved daughter, and let's be real, what kid wouldn't become the favorite if they're the most polite? But making that kind of separation is heartbreaking, and I have to say it again, they didn't apologize. Another reason the Healer parents might prefer Bingo is because she's much calmer than her older sister. Remember the hide and seek episode when Bandit had to play 2 different games because the sisters wanted to play different things? In this episode, Bandit even asks Bluey why she doesn't do the same thing as Bingo. Coincidence? I think not. In the episode titled Perfect, Chili places Bingo's drawing right on top of Bluey's artwork. But why does she put it directly over something made by the protagonist? If the idea was to add another one of Bingo's drawings to the fridge, why didn't Chili remove one of Bingo's older drawings instead? Speaking of drawings, there's another episode that supports our theory. In the dump, when Bandit takes both pups to throw things away, they notice he's tossing Bluey's artwork in the trash. But at no point do they mention Bingo's drawings. Bandit was trying to get rid of a pile of paintings from just one of his daughters, the blue one. In episode 32 of the first season, Bingo gets sick and has to stay in the hospital. To cheer her up, everyone puts on a play, even inviting the neighbors to help out. Can you recall a single moment where Bluey ever gets that much attention? Even Bluey's animators seem to prefer Bingo. Don't believe it? Let us show you. To balance things out a bit, in the episode Handstand, no one pays attention to Bingo when she asks everyone to watch her do a handstand. But then things take a turn. Believe it or not, the episode right before that one is all about Bingo's birthday cake. That's 2 entire stories dedicated to the younger pup's birthday. And what about Bluey's party? If you've seen the episode Pass the Parcel, Bluey's only party is squeezed into the final moments of the episode. Not even half of it. These animators. And that's not all. At Bingo's party, we see the healers preparing a big celebration with loads of sweets, pancakes, and more. Meanwhile, at Bluey's small party, you don't even get to see the cake. And to keep the party going, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notifications. Do you all remember the episode Sleep Time? When Bingo was having a wonderful dream about traveling through the galaxy and experiencing a bout of sleepwalking? Bandit and Chili went above and beyond to ensure she had a good night's sleep. They told stories, lay down on the floor, and even slept next to her. But in the episode Unicorn, when Bluey couldn't fall asleep, her parents seemed really upset and exhausted that their eldest daughter needed a bedtime story. And then Bandit comes up with the brilliant idea to bring in a puppet that tells her it likes to eat children. I know his humor can be heavy, but that really crosses the line. In the episode Promises, Bandit pulls a really messed up prank on Bluey. He asks her to carry the books he has stored away, and when she agrees, he hands her 2 huge heavy books for her to carry all by herself. And Chili just lets him do it. If you're still not convinced that the healer couple has a favorite daughter, know that in this story, Bluey has to beg him to take both of them to the library and spend some time with her. But in the episode Turtle Boy, Bandit simply spends several whole days playing at the park with Bingo, taking only the younger pup along, leaving Bluey behind. To make things worse, in every scene where Bandit and Chili are talking, the subject is Bingo. It's almost as if the older pup doesn't even exist. And I didn't even want to bring this gross information to you, but you need to know that Bandit farted right in Bluey's face. Bingo has never suffered like that. To make things worse, he lies to Chili, saying he's never done anything like it. Poor little protagonist, she never gets a moment's peace. Now seriously, the truth is that this theory isn't serious at all. When parents have a second child, they are indeed more prepared. We could say they have the benefit of prior experience and can be more confident in another attempt. None of this has anything to do with loving one child more or less. Bandit and Chili definitely love both their daughters equally. Furthermore, Bluey will grow up before Bingo, and it's natural for younger siblings to receive a little extra attention. The episodes show many moments where Bluey gets all the love from her parents and the rest of the family. And as interesting as it is to see the differences between the Healer sisters, both are equally cherished by everyone. Creating theories about our favorite shows is really fun. They reflect our passion for the characters and even bring us closer to other fans, just like everyone who enjoys the channel. To keep the fun going, we've selected 2 more videos for you to watch. See you in the next video!